Morning, church. Yes, he has already started a lot. I'm going to teach, but my word is going to try to be encouraging. I know he kind of, to me, I may not be a parent, but that sounds like a little beaten up right there. But I'm going to try to encourage you and your teens and your youth. It's not just about the kids today. I mean, it is their day, but at the end of the day, you guys go home with them. You guys teach them. You are the ones that are able to give a deeper meaning to what they are able to understand. You know them better than we do. We can start off with something, but you guys got to continue to work. So what topic I'm coming from today for you youth and teens is who are you? And I'm going to start off with saying who you are is bigger than what you're capable of seeing right now. It's beyond what you see on the outward appearance of who you are. It's beyond what people may look at you and say who you are. It's beyond anything that you can actually ever understand right now because your minds don't really comprehend what is always being told to you that may be right. So, first of all, I want to take you to 1 Peter 2, 9 and 10. Please, I hope you have the Bible right now. But we're going to go to 1 Peter 2, 9 and 10. Definitely, I want to see a Bible in your hand now. And let me know when the youth and teens are there. Anybody need a Bible that doesn't have a Bible or sitting next to somebody that has a Bible? I need a couple Bibles back there.
All right, hey, here we go. We're gonna fix that problem right now. Hey, all the youth and all the teens, raise your hand if you don't have a Bible. No, I'm serious. I'm not calling you out. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy some Bibles. We're gonna buy them. So raise your hand and you don't have a Bible. It's okay. It's okay. Bring them up. Okay. Okay. So here's the deal. We'll go buy some Bibles today, or not today, tomorrow. We'll buy some Bibles and we'll make sure we got them in here for the kids. All right? Because here's the deal. We want to equip the kids. We want to equip them. Matter of fact, I got another one right here. We give these children ammunition. Give them ammo. It's okay. Hey, we ain't gonna beat you down. It's all right. Hey, share it with him. Share with him right here. Share it with him. How many more we missing? That's one right there. There you go, baby. Y'all share right there. And this is what it's about. It's about empowering kids. It's about empowering kids. We ain't gonna beat you down. We're gonna get your Bible and write your name in your Bible. So when you go to school, first thing you do is get your notebook, your notepad, and your book bag. Am I right? So when you come to church, you have an e-pen, a Bible, and a notebook. It's about empowering these right here. Because she ain't gonna be here much more longer. I ain't gonna be here much more longer. So we want to empower them through the word, how they gonna stand when they get 45. And the truth is told, that's why half of us done what we did because nobody told us. I wish somebody would have told me when I was 14.
I'm going to need you to sit down. I got to get to it. I'm going to preach up here and teach.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Please. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, but I did take you to that scripture, but I did have a few questions before I got to that scripture so we can understand what we're about to read. Now I said, what is something that's good or bad that you do? What is the name of something that somebody may call you? Like when you were younger, like my name when I was growing up was Kiki because my name is Kiana. So all my grandparents know that's how they knew me was Kiki growing up. Is there any names that you or at school that people call you that you guys find, good or that you then put on Facebook because everybody don't put their real name on Facebook nowadays. So anybody have names that you had when you were younger? Your parents, do y'all have names to y'all kids that y'all call them at home that they don't know about? Exactly. So Kayla, what's your name? Any other names out here that people have? Kamaya? No. Okay, Jasmine? Sugar Lumps? Wow. A parent had one back there? Somebody had one, a parent had one back there? Jordan? Sweetest? I don't know. Y'all call her nothing different? Can you move? See, and those are all like different types of. Oh, she called me Goober. Goober? Okay, see? I mean, something different. But that's a name that you grow up and that's something that you always keep with you. It's like a part of your identity. But all those things can change. Like when you get in trouble, your parents not call you the names, right? They say your actual names, or they put a certain tone in their voice when something's said, wrong or right.
Amen.
Exactly. So those things can change. And those are to me, those are types of stereotypes. Does everybody know what a stereotype is? A stereotype is something that is widely held but fixed or oversimplified. An image or an idea of a particular type of person. Now I'm going to break that down because I know that sounds like a lot of big words. Something that's widely held. Someone is trying to or is tying you to something right now where they don't want to actually let you move from. But fixed or oversimplified. Something over-exaggerated. You know how, like at home, my brother always picks on me, does little stupid things to me, and I'll go and say something to my parents over-exaggerately to get him in trouble, even though he actually didn't do all those things. That's something that's over-exaggerated. Y'all might do it to y'all siblings or to parents and stuff like that. So that's the type of thing. But when someone tries to hold you there, it's kind of like a movie. Everybody watches movies, right? Yeah. Now, your favorite part of the movie, let's say you plan the movie, and at that favorite part, you just pause it. And none of the rest of the movies we play it. Just pause it. Is the movie still good? You want to still see the end, right? So why it's the same thing in life? Why would you let somebody just pause you right there in your life and not go any further?
Wow.
You still have an ending to see, something better, but they keep you sitting right there with those different types of names. Yes, it's not that it's bad, but it's that when you get to a place in your life like me, right now I'm Minister Kiana. Before, if I'm up here preaching, I would expect my family, if they were here, to say Minister Kiana or see me and see God. Minister Kiana. I wouldn't want them to see me as Kiki because then it's just playful. It's not something that they actually see and are able to grow. I want to be able to teach them. But if they still see me as Kiki, they're not getting anything. They're not receiving anything from God. Wow. So now we're going to go to, this is what we're going to, I hope everyone's already there, 1 Peter 2, 9 and 10. And it reads.
1 Peter, let me help them.
Okay.
What, 1 Peter, you got it? Let me go get that. Let me help. He's helping me. That's what I'm talking about.
Let me know when you get it, Daddy. Let me know when you get it.
I had it, but
Okay. 2, 9 through 10.
Yeah. This is what I like right here. You see the pages turning, you see the kids talking. That's what it's about. There you go.
We in a rush.
First Peter what?
2, 9 and 10.
First Peter 2, 9 and 10. This is 2 right here. First Peter 2, 9 and 10. There you go. There you go. Okay, that's okay, big guy. That's okay. First Peter. Okay, let me stop real quick. Let me go ahead and share. Let me go ahead and help the team. All right. First things you in church, and somebody say turn to 1 Peter 2, 9 and 10. Guess what every book got? One more time. One more time. So guess what you should be looking at for the grade? Table of content. Y'all know you did. 1 Peter. And then it ain't gonna be where it's at, but it gives you a general starting point. So it said 1 Peter page 2042. You go to page 2042, so you know on 1 Peter, and she said chapter 2, you flip over, and then you hit chapter 2, verse 9. You go to verse 9. Everybody see that? Yes. But the problem is, I gotta go. Let me get it out. The problem is, we expect it so much that we come to church like we know it. And this type of church ain't, and we won't operate like that. We want you to get it. So somebody say go to 1 Peter, well hold on, I ain't there yet. Ain't no shame in not being there. The shame is you not getting it. That's the shame. All right, go ahead.
All right, everybody there, right? Yes. Okay, and it reads, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood,
yes,
and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into the marvelous light, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of God, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. And I want to start off with chosen people. Do you guys know what a chosen person is? Out of everybody in this room, I choose you, if that makes right, to be on my team. It's just right. Exactly. So you're chosen. Exactly. Special. Thank you. Whoever said that. One of y'all said that. There you go. Thank you. Special. God, in all that He knows, and His power and wisdom, He looked at each and every one of you and got here and said, "You know what? I love you. I want everyone else to love you and love me through you. I chose you to execute whatever I have in your purpose in life." God specifically pointed y'all out. It could have been anybody. And there could be a rush of people coming in this church. But at the end of the day, y'all are here for a reason. And you have to end up finding that purpose to know who you are. Then we're going to go to a royal priesthood. Does anybody know what royalty is? Maya.
Royalty is like you're the queen of an island.
But you're in high authority, right? Okay, that's it. Kayla?
So that's like you're the queen and you're the princess, you have to obey the rules.
Exactly. So you're the top person, right? So everybody else has to obey you, correct? Okay, so every one of you are already royalty. You don't just live in the kingdom, you are the kingdom.
Wow.
Walking kingdom leaders of the future. You are our future. I may not be that old, but eventually as we leave, you guys are left here with a legacy to continue on with. So if we don't teach y'all now, how are y'all supposed to get it later? How are y'all supposed to understand and walk in it later if y'all don't already have it now? Because I was at this point. There was a lot of times my parents had to drag me to church. I'm not even gonna lie. I did not like to sit in the church. I did not like to go to Bible study 20%. Because my parents lived in church. Like literally, they lived at the church. We barely seen home. If I wasn't at practice or at school, I was at church. So I know, literally, they lived in church. Like, I mean, it's not even a joke. So I mean, I got frustrated too. I got upset. This is kind of third, and I never seen any of that. Then I got to see at a certain age, and it was over that, and I thought that I knew everything. When I got out there and actually was on my own and doing what I wanted to do, yeah, I didn't know everything.
Say one more time.
I didn't know everything. Don't do that. But because he already know, okay, it's right. But I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to get to that point where you're already 19 and 20 years old and you have an issue and you have no armor. Just like I told the teens today earlier in class, if you go into playing, what is that, paintball? Everybody know what paintball is? And you go in there, would you walk in there with no armor or nothing on? You just let people just shoot you with pellet guns? No. Okay, so what's the difference in life? The word is your armor against people that say stuff that are trying to harm you. So that's an easy way to already get set up when you already listen now. It may not be for right now. It may not be something that you're going through right now. But when you go through it, you don't have to hurry and try to call mommy and daddy. Oh my gosh, I got an issue. You already have it. God's already put it in you. So you want to already start now. It's not easy. No. It gets frustrating. It gets aggravating. Y'all see y'all parents. I watched my parents for years struggle. And I wanted to get to the point where I didn't want to always just be like that. They struggled when they weren't saved. But it was peace when they were. So just imagine when they're not, and you're sitting there watching them go through different situations and different problems. You think they want to just call their mother and father? That's why they're here. They come here to try to get help. They come here to make sure they know what to already do in a circumstance, in a situation. So at the end of the day, they still got to take care of y'all and make sure y'all are happy. Make sure everything is good with y'all. So don't y'all want to make sure everything is good with them too? By making sure you're okay? Because at the end of the day, it's not just about us. Eventually, y'all are going to grow up, have kids, do different things. So growing up isn't just about you. The choices that you make isn't just about you. There's a lot of stuff that you do in life right now, but at the end of the day, you got to pass it down to somebody else. And you don't want to pass down a bad legacy. Anybody else want to pass down a bad legacy to their children, eventually? But then it says you are a priest. There's a billion million meanings of that in the Bible. A priest. But you are capable of leading others. None of y'all in here should be followers of anybody else in your school. Y'all should be the head of everybody in your school. Even if they don't talk to you or you're not on the same communication level with them, y'all should be the head. You should not be following anybody. Jesus did not follow anybody. If you're following him, all your friends should be following what you do. You shouldn't be walking behind them doing exactly what they do. Because when they end up in that situation, I guarantee you they're not looking at you to get them out. They're looking at how they're going to get themselves out. They're not even worried. They're not even worried about you being in a situation, you being upset, you being in trouble. They worry about how they're going to get themselves out. Yes, y'all were walking together when y'all got into it. And as soon as y'all got into it, he was like, oh, man, I can't go down like that, but I can put it on them. It's easy. But they was your friends at first. So you should be leaders. Y'all should already have high positions, women or men. You should have high positions and leading somebody else out of a situation. Then it says God's people. You are part of a chosen family already. Look, y'all can just look around the church right now. Y'all have family already here. So why are you trying to go to school and fit in? Why are y'all trying to go to school and fit in? When you have a place to fit in right here. How many times you call Devin or text Devin? Never. But when you come to church, you talk to him as if y'all know each other, right? Okay. You talk to your sister daily, right? And y'all family, y'all don't talk to each other. Why? Y'all live in the same house together. Well, we got to fix that. But the point I'm trying to make is that we're family. At the end of the day, you may not have to hang out with this person at the movies. You may not have to hang out with that person. But I mean, at the end of the day, you should be able to come and talk to them. I mean, of course, we want you to get counseling and advice from adults. And I hope you guys are going and able to talk to your parents, first of all. Because at the end of the day, your parents is a direct source to God. So if you really need something and need something to happen, you need to go straight to them and not your friends or not a cousin or an uncle that you barely speak to. Your parents are the ones that are trying to provide for you and make sure everything is right. They are not trying to lead you in the wrong direction, even though it looks like it. If they are here, they are trying to put you somewhere where they were not at. So don't try to think that they're all after the worst thing ever because they're trying to tell you something that you don't agree with. We don't agree with everything that happens. Half of y'all don't agree with some of the teachers that y'all have. But y'all listen and make sure y'all get that grade right. Who comes home with S? Okay, I probably should now. But don't be ashamed of that. I mean, you're getting better. Hopefully your parents are helping you and elevating you. But at the end of the day, you're listening to the teacher, right? Are you talking back to the teacher? Is that what you got to know? We need to fix that. See, we need to fix that. But that shouldn't be something that's all the time. When you have authority over you, y'all automatically should just obey. That's why it's hard for y'all to obey when y'all go home. And then y'all making it harder on yourselves. Because at the end of the day, you're talking about where does it get you? In trouble, right? Okay, so why talk back? Exactly, that's everybody. That should be everybody's outcome of it. There's no reason to sit there and do something bad to just get something more bad have to happen. When you do good, y'all rewarded, wrong or right, in some type of way. Whether it be something little or big. Don't say because I know y'all parents are trying to reward y'all, or at least say they're thankful that you're able to do this work, something. Parents, do you all see this? I mean, this is good though. It's not a bad thing, but at least they're not afraid to sit there and say this. This is stuff that y'all should bring up and talk about at home. Because at the end of the day, they are sitting here waiting and hurting or not feeling comfortable because they think they're going to get their head chopped off. I was at that point. For 19 years, I could not talk in my house. I felt like I could not go to anybody. My best friend was the person I talked to, and then she was even wrong. So, I mean, that's the type of stuff that you really got to look at with your kids at the end of the day. Why can't you talk to them? I mean, y'all can't expect to just do some ridiculous and horrible stuff and not get in trouble, though. I mean, I understand there's circumstances and situations, but y'all got to be able to feel comfortable and have a place that is able, because, I mean, if they're not coming to y'all, they come to somebody else, obviously. So who are they coming to? I mean, we want them to grow up and know God. We want them to grow up and be able to use God for everything, not just one thing, not just, oh, I'm in a bad situation. Even when it's good, when God blesses them, how are they supposed to praise? This is type of stuff with the teacher. How are they supposed to, what are they supposed to do after they get something good from God? Or they know that God has done something good for them? This is the type of stuff that y'all should be looking for and trying to understand. Everything here that I just explained between royalty, God's people, and chosen is something that cannot be taken away from you. All those different names, all that different stuff that you receive and materialistic things, that stuff can be taken away from you in a second. But this meaning, this understanding of who you are right here, that's something that you can hold on to for the rest of your life. It will never go away. God's word already said, heaven and earth will pass away, but his word will never leave you. It's consistent. It's never changing. So why is knowing God so important to you, and why is it important for why you're here? Does anybody know the answer to that, or a similar answer to it? It's not really a right and wrong answer, but the question is, why is knowing who God is important to who you are and why you're here? It's basically because you know that God is perfect, wise, and the powerful creator of who you are. He assures us that we are not only here by chance, but we're here because we are valuable. And you can find it in the scripture of Genesis 1, chapter 1. And you can go ahead and look over that, and so you can get a better understanding of it. But we are all, even some of us grown folks, we are all still in our creation stage. God took 6 days to actually create this earth and this world. It wasn't until he put Adam in the garden and started actually, right before he had him working, that he actually let him identify things in the earth. So you may still be in your creation stage. I don't expect you to already know anything right now. But that's what your parents are there for, to teach you some of the things. If you go to Proverbs 1 and 8, I want to take you there right now because we won't actually work this out. Proverbs 1 and 8.
Yeah.
Give y'all some time.
What was it? That was
1 and 8. And it reads, My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Your father gives you rules. They tell you to do certain things. They tell you to make sure certain things are right based on what God tells them. But the mother is the one that comes and gives better understanding. They give meaning to it. And that doesn't have to be just your physical, biological parents. People and guardians that people put in your life. These are the people that you should be actually listening to instructions from. Once you get those instructions, that's why a lot of times my dad will tell me to do something, and I'm like, why am I even doing that? But then my mother comes and gives me actual understanding. He's like, it don't matter, just do it. I told you to do it. Okay, but I still want to know. Once I get.
Oh,
yeah, I do.
She's telling herself crazy.
Go ahead. But at the end of the day, I'm like, well, when I get 22, 23, how am I supposed to explain to my kids why they don't have to do that? I'm just going to be dumbfounded. Or if I'm having a conversation with somebody and I'm like, well, why did you? Because there's a lot of things that everybody does in their household that may be like a tradition or something like that. And the other people look at you like, why do y'all do that? But can you explain it to them? They can't, because nobody's giving them an actual explanation of it. But that's why the mother figure comes back and gives you the understanding and tells you they're supposed to teach their children what's actually going on and giving them meaning to it.
Wow.
So now I'm going to take it to where it's kind of a little geared toward the parents, just an encouragement. We've had a Healing the Heart class it was already passed, but about 10 weeks. And most of the parents that attended it know it. Now, you know all the 10 unmet needs. If you don't, I really advise you to get a pass and find them out. But the 10 unmet needs that you were supposed to have as a child. Now, if you know that you don't have them, because the majority of us are in here because we don't have them, why would you want that same cycle to go into your children? And not being able to teach them and give them what you want them to have and have a better life. So understanding those needs and understanding what they actually need as children will help them grow into the people that God wants them to be. And help them see and be able to trust. Because if they can't trust you, I don't think they don't really trust God that well either.
All right.
So you got to push them to actually trust, give trust or give hope into something, and start there, and then go. Because there's a lot of stuff that kids actually need that we overlook. So understanding and knowing all that, I just want to leave you all with a motto for life. Instead of looking at everything as if, well, why am I not like this, or why am I this? Question yourself. Just say, I'm not who they say I am. I am who He is, and He, of course, is God. And that's all I got.
Amen. Hey, bless the Lord. That's pretty good. We right on time. Hey, I want to take a couple of minutes to echo a couple of things that she said. But before I do that, I wrote a couple of notes down. Let me kind of talk to you guys a little bit. What's Sister Hart? What's your little man name? Trey.
So Trey, I don't want to send a wrong message to visitors. Everybody understand what I'm saying? I don't want to send a wrong message. I am a disciplinary. Yeah, that's that. That's what I am. Yeah, that's what I am. I enforce the discipline. I raised 6 boys and 3 girls. All my kids grown besides one. So I don't want to send the wrong message as, hey, pastor, here's the deal. If you do not train your kids up the way they should go, they're going to go their own way. And listen, and it's bad for you if you think you're the only one that know how to raise your child. Because I'm telling you now, if you get to a point now where folks think that you get offended when somebody says something to your child, guess what? Somebody will see your child doing something that can be dangerous. And say one time, and they ain't gonna say nothing. They gonna open their mouth. They open their mouth. I used to be like that. Don't you but I said nothing to my child. What if your child was about to do something that's gonna be detrimental? No, I ain't saying nothing, boy. You know, it acts funny with their kids. You know what I'm saying? It takes a village to raise kids. And if we can't come to the church, now, and I ain't saying give everybody permission to just deal with your kids. I ain't telling you that neither. You got to know the people you're dealing with. And I think everybody that's attached to this ministry know my heart. They know I love people and I know I love kids. You understand what I'm saying? And you got to understand that it takes a village to raise kids. And if you can't come in here and your kids is safe enough where they can learn the word of God and be talked to a point where they, hey, sit down. Hey, don't move. You know what I'm saying? And it could be taught in the church. If it ain't taught at home, if it ain't taught in church, where's it going to be taught at? So everybody got one done. So I don't want folks to think, oh, pastor's hard. No. Pastor want to impart into the kids. Why you think the jailhouse is filled? Because nobody will listen. Mama and daddy try to tell them, they did not. And they had nobody else that they listen to. So they done their own thing. So because the pastor can't tell them what to do, they got somebody go tell them what to do. And while they're in there, they're gonna obey. Lights out. No, hey, I'm still reading my book. Lights out. You got awesome. But when he was at mama house, the mama came in there. Lights out. Mom, I'm still reading. You want to debate mama? But you incarcerated, lights out. You ain't said nothing. You put your book up and you go to, or get in the bed. But we got a problem trying to get kids to obey here. But they don't obey out there. Or in there. Teens, if you don't hear your mama, you don't hear your daddies. If you don't want to listen to nobody that's in authority, there's somebody out there that you will listen to. I'm going to tell you a story. I want all the teens eyes on me. All the youth eyes on me. I got a son. My oldest son is 27 years old. He'll be 28, I think. He just turned 28. Man, he just turned 28 August. How old are you? Oh, so he wants your age. How old are you?
13.
Yeah, stand up.
Sit up.
Stand up, stand up, stand up. You tell sit up.
You need to sit
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So here we go. I had a son your age. I was stationed at Fort Belvoir, Virginia. I never forget it. I never forget it. Come up here, young man. Come on up here. I'm gonna give y'all some insight on who I am, or not who I am, but a little bit of my life. I had a son. I was like, "Who about your age?" And he's shaking. It's okay. It's okay. And my son was about his age. I'm about the same side one. And my son got along with the wrong crowd. I think he started off with spray painting bikes or something. And my oldest son is 27, 28 now. So he ain't my son, he's my wife's son. So, you know, I met my wife, they were small. They were like Caleb the size. They were like baby kids. They were like this. But I raised them all. Yeah, she was a baby. She was about 4 or 5 months. Alright? So I came into that life, him not having a daddy, being raised by his mama, my wife, 2 different men, is their daddy. I raised him up, took care of all of them. Now he's 13. He don't want to listen. Why not? I gotta raise you from this high. You don't want to listen. Everybody started here in middle school, got around the wrong crowd. He wanted to acting a fool. So look, I'm gonna beat your butt. Telling you, do it, boom, I'll beat him. Tore that butt up. Now he going around the house. He think he grown, so he doing what to the other kids? Say one time. Bullying them. Because he think he grown. I grabbed Joe by the neck one day, just like this. Just like this. Threw him against the wall. I would kill you. You understand me? If you don't listen. If it happen again, you go and stay with your daddy. Happen again. So I'm telling you, if it happen one more time, I'm putting you out. You gone. Happen again. Packed all his stuff, put him on a train, went straight to his daddy. Long story short, won't listen to his daddy. He now 28 years old, serving 18 years in penitentiary. I mean, 14 years in penitentiary. Got 6 years left. Ask me how many times me and my wife went and saw him. 0. Not once. Not one time. I got your attention now, don't I? Didn't hear me right here. The enemy put a yoke around his neck. Up in New Jersey, 18 years, he was 18 or 17. 17 years old, all of them got sawed off shotguns, robbed the bank. Matter of fact, that time he didn't do that. He was around the ones. For all the teens that's around the wrong crowd. He's 17 years old, doing hard time in penitentiary. Mama ain't never seen him. I ain't never seen him. And don't plan on going. You couldn't hear. But you'll obey now. You go back, sit down. For all the young boys, young girls that don't want to hear nothing your mama saying, they got a place that can hold you. My son thought he was the baddest. Was he a Crip or Blood or what you call it? He was a Crip. Whatever a Crip is. Crip and Blood or whatever. He got all this stuff tattooed on him. So I guess that stuff follow you wherever you go. So now he going to penitentiary. The first thing they identify him with is the Crip stuff. So now everybody in there beating him to death. Not beating him to death, but beating him. They got to put him in some isolation to keep him protected. Why? Because I didn't know who I was, so I identified myself with a gang. For all y'all kids and teens that don't know who you are, you want to attach yourself to something. 17 years old in penitentiary. Hard time. Hard time. It's bad when you're incarcerated and your mama won't come see you. Why? Ain't gonna make it easy for you. Because I keep coming to see you, sending you money, your mama be free. Ain't sending you a dime. Ain't coming. So now when you come out, so when I say something you will now, hopefully you will obey. And if you don't, they got another place you can go right back to. All y'all teens. It's probably a little too much for the youth. For all y'all teens. Well, listen. Matter of fact, it started with him in school. FDD. Parents, one side of a child is out of control is bad grades. Because it starts in the school. That's the first place it manifests that. For all the teenagers that getting D's and F's, you better wake up. That's a hint. You hit in the wrong. Because D's and F's send the signal that you're not listening to the all right. And it started at home. And it went from home now to the school. The teacher said, I'm putting all this stuff on the board. I want everybody to write their homework assignment down and do it. And you get what I'm saying? Oh, you didn't write no assignment down. You ain't been more listen to the teacher. Just block the teacher out. You block the teacher out because you already blocked your... Okay. You see where I'm going? Now we're coming to the church, and the pastor says something to you, and you almost block him out. That is a dangerous road. You ain't listening to your mama. You ain't listening to the teacher. You ain't listening to the pastor. You are almost at self-destruction. Now, you get in trouble. You want everybody to come to your aid. I talked to you guys a little bit about the ox, the yoke. Minister Kiana talked to you. I came over here and gave you my whole life story about my son. If that don't get your attention, I don't know what will. Don't you be the teenager that don't listen to what your parents say. Then you go to school and you get D's and F's. And they don't listen to the pastor say. You're heading on the wrong road. The wrong road. And you better believe everybody that he-haw and he-haw with you. Yeah, go ahead, boy. Yeah, go on, Johnny. Yeah. The same one that cheering you on over here. When you get in trouble, like, man, I don't know why they did that. It was the main one cheering you on right here. Over here, they saying you a dummy. Come on. I don't know, man. They dumb. I don't know why they did that.
Or they telling on you.
So what's that? Or they telling on you. What we're going to do? We're going to do an altar call for all of the youth. I don't Sit in the chair. You want to pray over you? Sit in the chair. Cut it off.